Alright, what is going on everybody? It's Tristan, and today before we get into the how-to cop, I just want to show you what I just opened my Instagram to. So I know we be doing our fit pics and stuff, and I know Bloody Osiris be doing his fit pics and stuff, but bro, like, y'all, I'm gonna like it. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Hey, shout out him. Aside from all that though, we're just gonna get into discussing how you guys will be able to cop the Nike Dunk High Slam Jam Clear Black sneakers that are dropping very, very soon on October 30th. We'll get into all the details about it and how you guys will be able to secure these for retail, kind of the best methods, and how you'll be able to get them off the sneakers app and the other places where they possibly will be dropping. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. If you want more content like this, feel free to go ahead and subscribe below. I'd really appreciate it. You know, we on that road to 40K. And also another thing you do is drop a like in the video too. Let's try and hit like, if you want more how-to cops for real, like I'm gonna keep doing these, but if you really want more of these, let's show some love and drop a like in this video. Let's try and hit like 200 likes. But yeah, that's everything I gotta say. Other than if you wanna go check out my Discord down below, go check that out. You know, we just be talking, having fun down there, you know, just kind of like a good community, discuss resale, whatever you want to talk about that's like about shoes or whatever, you know, what clothes you got, go ahead, go talk there. It's cool. But yeah, that's everything now I gotta say. Long intro, but let's get into the how-to cop right now. Alright, so as you all can see, we are here with the screen recording again, and yeah, we're really gonna get straight into it in a sec. I just want to give a little shout out to my IG right here. If you want to go check this out, then go check that out right there. But let's get into discussing how you guys, if you want to go, by the way, this is the one I've been talking about Road to 6K on, but enough talk. Let's just get into discussing how you guys will be able to cop these. I don't want to make this a super long intro like a DJ Ghost reaction, you know what I mean? But shout out DJ Ghost. But aside from that, these are dropping on October 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern time on the sneakers app. Now, these are going to be very heavily desired. As you can see, the retail's 120, so they're a little bit more expensive, or no, I think that's the average price or average retail for most Dunk Highs. So you got that at 120 right there. I don't need to pop anything up really showing that, just, you know, you can see it, $120 USD, you know, plus the shipping and tax. So it would really be like 130 to 133. Like, it wouldn't be much for the shoe at all, but it's definitely going to be one that is profitable, so there's no doubt this one will be a cop. I think if it is right, it may say something about it. Hopefully it says something about it, but it doesn't say anything about it being part of the special project like it said here on the Slam Jam one. Like, yeah, it says these are part of like the Nike special project, but obviously this is the other colorway slash version of it that dropped earlier. But yeah, you know, it just kind of talks about like the original details and kind of like how these were inspired. But overall, if you look at the pictures for these shoes, I'm actually a very, very big fan of the sole of the sneaker. You know, I really like the black kind of like colorway here and how it fits with the upper part of the sneaker and all that. Like, obviously by the toe box, you got the nice black and white combo there, and kind of like the clear sole outlining, like the part that goes on like the outside right there, like right here. I'm a huge fan of that also, and the inside part right here on the inner part of the sneaker. I'm a huge fan of just kind of like the insoles right there. They have a really cool design in them, and I kind of think it adds to the uniqueness of it. And kind of like from above, it reminds me a little bit of I don't know, I saw a similarity to some sort of other shoe that I've owned in the past with this one right here. But overall, I think this is a very clean Dunk High, and I think this is one that you should definitely not sleep on. Obviously, I don't think anybody will be anyways, since Dunks are like, you know, it right now. As I mentioned every time with any Dunk video, any Dunk how-to cop, Dunks are in. And we'll kind of go over the resale right now. So this is the first colorway of it that dropped about a month ago. Not even a month ago, but close to it. Once this one drops, it'll pretty much be a month. But this one, as you can see, when it dropped, it was going for like right around, like, it was kind of going for like 340-ish, 400-ish, and that's kind of like when this one dropped. And again, this is a different colorway. You see the average sales are like 320, and right now they go for about, like, if you check the market on this colorway, and again, I think this colorway does look a bit better. I'm a bigger fan of this one, just kind of like the pure platinum colorway. I think that's kind of like an unbeatable colorway in my opinion. I think it goes clean with, you could really make a good outfit with this sneaker and wear about anything, to be honest, in my opinion. At least, you know, and I'm not just being like a Dunk hype, like a little fanboy, you know what I mean? But yeah, as you see, again, range on price for these is like $290, $330. And yeah, with these ones, and I kind of saw these ones, again, these ones beforehand about a drop, kind of saw the sales going like 618 average, and I'm like, yeah, these ones are selling for a little bit more beforehand. And in my opinion, I think these ones may actually sell for a little bit more than the pure platinum ones are. But my personal estimation for these ones right now, when they drop at first, I think they'll probably, you know, you got some bids, you know, right now you see kind of like 400, 500. We even got some up at 600, which is crazy. But you know, people are going to be paying for these early pairs, even if it's just like a week in advance. Like, people really do want them that bad, you know, the rich boys balling. But in my opinion, I think these ones will really drop and probably right off the bat sell for like 300, 340. That's my best bet right off the bat. Once they drop 300, 340, that's my bet. It'll probably be more. I think that's very realistic because these are kind of limited, to be honest. But again, they haven't dropped fully. And you know, there's not a lot of places where these are actually dropping. But in terms of that, when they drop on sneakers, I think 300, 340 is a good range. And these are no doubt, like in my mind, like no doubt at all that these are going to be ones that resell for good profit. So if you're looking to make some money, definitely cop these Dunk High X, or the Slam Jam collab Dunk Highs in the clear black colorway when they drop. And yeah, you know, aside from all that, the details, how they look, kind of resell and all that, let's get into discussing how you can cop them right now off Sneakers and the other places they will be dropping. So, and manually and non-manually, you know, we'll get into all the methods. So let's go. So one way you're going to be able to cop these Dunk High Slam Jam collab sneakers right here is obviously off the Sneakers app, or pretty much the only way. I mean, again, there's like another method that's possibly coming, but this one is just like the guaranteed one. So these ones, how you'll be able to buy them off Sneakers is really with the method, again, as I discussed, making multiple Sneakers accounts. So what you're going to need to make multiple Sneakers accounts and successfully run them to have multiple chances and use this method is basically just going to need like 2 to 5 devices. Obviously, you can use more than like 5 devices, but just make like 2 to 5 Sneakers accounts. And usually that requires, again, that would require like 2 to 5 devices, because you can't like set up a bunch of Sneakers accounts really on the same device unless it's like a computer with a bunch of proxies, to my knowledge, but we'll get into discussing that. So you could make more than 5 too, but this really goes best like, because most people that are doing this, you know, are like me, they're going to be doing it on their phones, so they just have phones. So for me, what I typically do is run 3 accounts, but again, I've heard people actually have a lot of success with running 6 accounts. But you would just basically have a phone, download Sneakers on each one of your phones you have, make a different email and different phone number. Obviously each phone already has a different phone number on it, but just make an email for each one of those phones, because the email is going to be used for the Sneakers account, and then you basically would just make that different email and different phone number, yeah, for each Sneakers account there. And then when you're doing that, you know, that's kind of like the first basic step. That's really easy information. Obviously, you know, that's like pretty straightforward stuff. But the next thing you're going to want to do is with each account, when you're making it, again, going for these ones, is because when you have multiple accounts, and another thing I want to give one more piece of advice really quick before I get into this is on these accounts, you want to go for the same size on every single account, because when you switch up the size on every account and go for different sizes on each account, you're actually reducing your chances, because then that's basically you throwing your hat in for that size on each one of those phones individually. And if you see what I mean, like if you go for the same size on a bunch of phones, then that's like 5 chances for that size versus 1 chances, or 5 chances on 5 different sizes. You see what I mean? Like, use the logic there. But yeah, aside from that, one thing you're gonna have to do, which is very important, so if you actually do hit on multiple accounts, one thing you're gonna have to do so you can get multiple shipped to your house is you're gonna have to jig your name and your address a little bit. So what I mean by jigging your name and address a little bit is you're gonna have to change it up, you know, sauce it up a little bit so that they can't tell it's you again, because they see you twice, you banned, you IP banned, you gone, you never doing another Sneakers drop. RIP. Well, you are, but it's gonna be hard. So what you're gonna have to do is alter your address, and how you would do this is basically when you're typing your address in on the Sneakers app, basically just type in your address, and at the end of it, you don't put it in the apartment section, you don't put it in the none of that section. You would just type your address, and then after it, on the first account that you're making, just type room 1 after the address, nothing else, your address and then room 1. That's it. That's simple. And then on the second account, your address again, and then room 2 after it. And then on the third account, your address again, and then room 3 on it. It's basically straightforward, kind of like that. You know, I ain't trying to lecture y'all when I teach you it, but that's basically how you do it. And you just so on and so forth, kind of like in that order. You can do it before, you can add the room part before or after the address. To what I know, it works either way. It's just kind of, you know, again, this is just if you're using multiple devices. And just one more thing I have to say, when changing the name up a little bit too, because you do have to change the name and alter it a little bit on each account. Just, you know, change the last name, change the first name on each account a little bit, you know, just make it look like maybe there's some different people, different family members living at the crib. I mean, use your family members' names too for some of these orders for different accounts, you know, just, you don't want to have the same name for every account, because then that looks sus too, because, I mean, Nike isn't dumb. If they notice a bunch of the same name, like basically a bunch of the same shoes going to the same name and address, they're going to ban you. Like, they ain't dumb, you know what I mean? Like, Nike's a little smarter than that, and I respect them for that. But yeah, another thing too, aside from all that, I want to discuss my boys Revolut. Again, I don't have no sponsors from Revolut or nothing, but these guys, again, if you don't have, because again, for each account you're gonna have a different payment method too, but to my knowledge, on each account you can have 1 credit card for up to 5 accounts, to my knowledge, on Sneakers. So if you have 5 accounts, you can use 1 credit card for 5 accounts and successfully check out, to my knowledge. However, I've heard it's best to use individual payment methods, and you can use this site right here, Revolut, to actually create virtual credit cards that you can use as payment methods to add to Sneakers that you can use. But again, you can just use your family members' cards if your family members have cards for the different accounts. But if you have a credit card, then you can use 1 credit card for up to 5 accounts, different you know, all that. You don't have to worry about them tracking through the payment stuff. They're not like that picky like Yeezy Supply or Adidas is. They don't really track through that. But I think the only thing that I would be careful about, and it's kind of unrealistic that you hit on all 5 accounts again for a sneakers drop, but if you're using the same payment method and then you have 5 of kind of like the same transaction go through in a bunch of different accounts, your bank may make it like market as fraud, and you may not end up getting any. So that's why I use different payment methods. I try and avoid, you know, getting marked out like that. So very important to me right there. And yeah, that's just like kind of how you can like jig your address, your name, and do all that. And really the best, you know, thing to do and how to cop off sneakers. But one more thing you're gonna have to do too, this is also if you're having multiple devices, is you're gonna need proxies and VPNs. Now you could just go get a VPN. I'd recommend like Nord or any of these VPNs. Like, you know, these are pretty good ones. And VPNs are slower than proxies. And one proxy I'd recommend, and what a proxy is versus a VPN, is basically proxies protect your IP from being tracked by Nike, so they can't ban you if you're running on multiple devices. Because if Nike sees you're running on like multiple devices for the same drop, they're not going to let like certain accounts go through. So proxies basically allow you to get through without Nike tracking your IP. So one proxy I recommend is these guys, you know, Secret Sauce. Shout out my boys here, Sauce Proxies. They're really good and they're fast proxies and they work. And you know, they can teach you guys how to use these in their Discord. And I'll get into all them and like all that in a second. But just kind of going over the proxies and the whole VPN thing there. These guys just kind of have these proxies that allow you to have your IP protected and kind of, you know, give you good connection to these sneakers drops. And if you think of setting up a proxy is hard on the phone, it's really not. Proxies basically just give you data and protection from being tracked by sneakers, and that's kind of important when you're running on multiple devices trying to get, you know, multiple chances. And these work really well. So shout out my boys at Secret Sauce. These are kind of like a charm. And yeah, you know, this is a really cool one. But aside from the VPN and how to cop off sneakers and all that, again, these are a very, very clean sneaker. I think we can admire these in many ways. And that's kind of like the how-to for like getting them off sneakers individually. Hopefully it wasn't too complicated with that explanation. I tried to go into depth. Hopefully I didn't stutter too much. But yeah, aside from all that, another method, and kind of like not the final one, but one I really recommend is one of the best ones for sure, is my boys at Secret Sauce. This Discord chat right here is really, really good at making sure that you guys can actually cop releases when they drop. And they basically offer a bunch of different things, you know, as you can see, insider info, slots, monitors, all the stuff they say here that they do offer. And the $60 monthly fee is true, and it is completely worth it, and I'll explain why. So again, this is like, I'm in the chat and a lot of people have already like thanked me actually, and I'm not just saying this, you know, to be selfish or whatever. I'm just saying this because like people have actually said, yo, Tristan, this has helped me out with copping, because the slots in their group chat and different things like that, like they'll give you one-on-one help for drops and things like that. Again, just be considerate, be nice to these guys if you're interested in, you know, this whole thing. Just be considerate and nice. These guys spend a lot of time helping people out. I mean, you see some of that success. These guys are like success. These guys are not playing, and you know, people be copping different things. And yeah, you know, there you go. That's even an early access dub right there. So you know, shout out to Secret Sauce. They be helping out a lot of people with sneaker stuff and like really teaching you. So how they can really help you is basically in their Discord chat, which if you want to go check out, it's in the description. You would just have to go join through the Twitter, but I'll get into explaining it. These slots, basically what they are is they would drop these, and the slots are located in tickets. Obviously don't say slots in Discord, for some reason that's a banned word, but basically these tickets that they have in their Discord are actually free slots that they run for their members. And these free slots basically actually serve as like these forms that they drop, and these forms that they drop, you basically would just fill your info in them, and then they would put these forms into their bots, and then these bots would go for whatever drop that you like. Let's say there's a release coming up in the week, you just hit these guys up like a few days before, be like, yo, are you going for this release? And they'd be like, or not if you're going for this release, but like, are you guys running tickets for this release? And they'd be like, yeah or nah. And then if they are, then they would just drop the form, you fill it out, and yeah, they don't charge any extra fees. They're safe. I've done this myself again for copping the Carbons, Azarus, different things like that. These guys are safe and legit. I promise you that. I've talked with them plenty of times. These are my boys, so you got my trust there, and these guys can really help you out with like up in your resale game and all that. So if you want to get help with copping this release actually non-manually, like these guys can help cook for you, and different releases like this on foot sites and things like that, then go check these guys out in the description. Shout out Secret Sauce. If you want to join, just go check out their Twitter down there below and say Tristan sent me, because you know that's kind of how you can get in. Just say Tristan sent me, and yeah, you know, that's one thing right there. So yeah, check out their proxies too down there. Those are really the best proxies I recommend for sneakers right now. Their speed is really good on them, and I respect that because it actually can help you cop. But yeah, aside from that, I really want to point out the final place where these could possibly be dropping. Again, no info on it actually dropping here yet, but it is potential because there could be a raffle here or some sort of like sneak drop coming up on the actual drop date, maybe before or after the actual drop happens on sneakers for these Dunk High Slam Jam clear black sneakers. But you see their other version actually dropped here and sold sold out, just kind of like as a raffle. And this raffle closed. I just want to point out the easy raffle, I guess. But yeah, they just like drop a lot of raffles here for a lot of different shoes, and just me kind of seeing this one happen here, I'm like, okay, they'll probably be dropping a raffle sometime this week for this shoe, or some sort of drop maybe after the sneakers drop. Just stay tuned on the Slam Jam website and to their Instagram in particular. Stay tuned, you know, for a post about these sneakers right here. Just stay tuned for a post about these sneakers or a raffle update for these sneakers right here on this website. Just stay tuned for it. It's probably happening. So I would just follow these guys on Instagram. I'm not even following them, but I'm going to do that because I need to definitely look into that, because I do not want to miss out on these sneakers. I've been kind of staying tuned on the Yeezy websites, but these ones are very important to me. But that's kind of everything I got to say, you know, right there. So I ended this screen recording, hopefully. But yeah, you know, I'm T, and that's kind of how you guys will be able to cop the Nike Dunk High Slam Jam collaboration. The clear black sneakers, fire. And that's all I got to say. Stay open-minded, stay thinking, and let's roll that outro. Anyways, though, I hope you all did enjoy this video, man. Your boy actually finally got his internet, or not his internet, but some internet in this house. It's not my internet, but yeah, I've been posting videos the last couple of days just like off hotspots because I haven't had any internet, but I finally got some, so I was able to make this video, which is very good. And yeah, you know, I didn't have to post off the hotspot or nothing. You know, we just making good content, gonna keep posting. So subscribe and like, just stay tuned on the channel for more content like this. Let's try to 200 likes, that'd be great. Kind of, you know, make my day, you know, just again, cause it just kind of shows if you want more videos like this. When you drop the like, it's not because I'm just telling you, it's just because, like, well, maybe it is, but like, you know, I'm just telling you because, like, you know, it really shows me if you want videos like this. It helps, you know what I mean? But yeah, also, if you want to go check out my Instagrams down below, I'd appreciate the follow there. That'd be great. And yeah, you know, just again, it's just social media, but you know, road to 6K, because we on that grind, you know. But road to 40K here too. And yeah, thank you all for all the love and support lately. I'm gonna keep trying to give it back by posting every day I can. You all show love, I'm gonna show it back by making good videos. Just stay open-minded, stay thinking, you know what I mean? I'm just telling you to be smart, you know what I mean? There is no real definition for smart in my opinion. You know, people are smart in different ways, and that makes the definition stupid in my opinion. If you can be smart in a bunch of different ways, then how can you even describe what smart is? I'm out. Peace.